it's Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my NaNoWriMo 2019 daily vlogs. Today is day 12, and today I thought I'd change it up a little bit. Today I'm going to do the Authortube Newbie 2.0 tag. I thought about doing this for a while. I thought maybe I'd do it after NaNoWriMo, but here I am. I'm gonna do it for today. So I hope you all have fun. This tag was created by Jenna Strady. I'm gonna tag her channel below. And let's get started. Question number 1, what is your book's pitch? If you have multiple, pick your favorite. If you've seen some of my earlier videos, you know that I'm writing a multiverse because I'm an overachiever like that, apparently. But I'll give y'all the pitch for the first book that I'm currently writing for this year's NaNoWriMo, except I haven't really thought about doing a pitch yet, so let's see what happens. My story is about a girl named Lucy growing up in a Tudor courts-esque fairy tale world. She is torn between being the person her mother wants her to be and the person her friends want her to be, and in reality, she doesn't know who she is at all. So in the course of her story, she discovers exactly who she is, she grows up, and she learns a lot about magic, which incidentally is extremely illegal in this world. Question number 2, if you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm going to use my Instagram bio because I feel like that sums me up pretty well. I am a part-time actress, some safari guide, a retired jewel thief, an aspiring novelist, and a girl who's bad at metaphors. So, explanation time. Part-time actress is because I was a theater major and I still stay really active in theater as an actress, as a costumer, sometimes a director. If you've seen my NaNoWriMo vlogs for days 1, 2, and 3, you might have seen some of my performances, but I'm gonna put in a little clip right here. You will die, nightmare for you, like others before you, you're gonna stumble. That's me playing Cheryl in Evil Dead the musical, which is one of my all-time favorite roles to play. Safari Guide is because I am currently a safari driver at Disney's Animal Kingdom at Kilimanjaro Safaris. So I drive in circles and point at antelopes all day, but I wear a lot of hats at Disney. I am also an educator and I'm also an ornament artist. Retired Jewel Thief is because I used to work at the Great Movie Ride before it closed. I'm gonna put in a clip right here. My job was literally to make children cry at the most magical place on earth. Aspiring novelist, pretty much what it says on the tin, I want to write. And a girl who's bad at metaphors is a little bit of a long story. Short version is I was inspired by a deleted song from Frozen. I'll put a link to it below, but that's where I got my screen name that I use everywhere across the internet. Question number 3, what do you usually write? I typically write middle grade to young adult, depending on the circumstances, and it's typically fantasy, like a quirky, dramedy fantasy situation. Question number 4, what is something you will never write? I'm going to say probably a contemporary young adult romance or new adult romance. I'm just not very good at it when I'm focusing on just romance. Like my stories will have romantic plot lines and pairings and whatnot, but I'm not good at contemporary stuff in general. And writing romance, I'm just like, ooh. Question number 5, what is your goal in starting an Authortube channel? I have lurked on Authortube for a really long time. I've watched other people's videos. And there's always been a part of me that thought, oh, this would be a lot of fun. I would really enjoy being a part of this. And I always got too nervous. If you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see that 2 years ago, I started posting videos. They were mostly theater related, but I started posting them and then I just stopped. And I've always just been kind of nervous about really getting into YouTube. But with NaNoWriMo coming up, I was like, what's the worst that can happen? I might as well start a channel, might as well start making Authortube videos. And here I am. Question number 6, what made you start writing? I was a very precocious child. I feel like that's a common thread with a lot of other writers. I started writing little stories here and there. I wrote an entire series about talking woodland creatures with my best friend in the 5th grade. Every school assignment that I could write something creative, I did. But the big thing for me was, all right, y'all, I'm just gonna go out and say it, fan fiction. I started my fan fiction account when I was in middle school and just started writing stuff, started posting stuff, found my way in and out of a couple of fandoms here and there. But a couple of years ago, I was actually pretty invested in a particular fandom and got to be known as a pretty decently known writer in those circles. I never really went viral as an author in this fandom. I didn't have like a specific, like, everyone knows this fic kind of situation, but people really enjoyed my writing and they enjoyed what I wrote about. They enjoyed how I wrote the characters, and I was able to really connect with people. And I think that was the biggest appeal for me, was I was writing for an audience and I was writing for people who wanted to read what I had written, and I made a lot of connections and I really, really loved it. I do think it's pretty common though that the longer you're in a fandom, you get to the point where it's not at the forefront of your mind anymore. You start to lose some of your passion for that particular fandom. You move on to different things and new interests, even though you still like the original stuff. And for me, I lost interest in the original media and just sort of drifted away from the fandom. A lot of people did, kind of around the same time. And after that, I never really wrote consistently. I would pop up here and there, but I haven't consistently written in a really long time. Now, I did actually write an original novel. I started developing it in college. I hand wrote it over the course of a couple of years, over 100,000 words of handwriting. I typed it all up. I showed it to some people that I was friends with at the time, and they were all telling me like, yeah, it's fine, go ahead and publish it. And I was like, it's not right. Like, something's not right. Something's not clicking the way I want it to click. And I kept editing. I even started the second book in that series, because of course it was a series, because that's who I am as a person. But I just let it go. It's been sitting in a drawer for years at this point. And I've come back to it here and there, and I've pulled other story ideas and connected different ideas, and I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I want to write it at some point, but I don't even know where to start. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I should even try again, because this novel's literally sat alone for years. Like, what's the point? Watching Authortube is really what made me want to get back into writing again, because I missed it, but I didn't feel the passion anymore. I didn't feel the drive anymore. It was something in the back of my head. It was like, oh, you'll have time to write. You'll have time to write later. And I just never did anything with it. And in the past couple of months, I've been really feeling like, oh my gosh, I think the story is finally at a place where I could sit down and write it. And thanks to Authortube and NaNoWriMo, here I am trying again for the first time in literally years. Question number 7, what is your publishing path? Y'all, I don't know. I really don't know. I think for a really long time, people looked down on self-publishing, and I think I fell into that trap. But especially like 10, 15 years ago, self-publishing wasn't as viable as it is now. And now I can see through other people's processes, self-publishing is amazing. You have so much control over it. People are doing really, really well with their self-published books. So now I don't know. I really don't know. I'm probably just gonna see what happens, you know, throw the spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks, so to speak. Because maybe traditional publishing will be right for me. Maybe self-publishing will be right. But I don't know until I actually write the book, so we'll see. Question number 8, what kind of content do you bring to the Authortube table? This is where some of that self-doubt starts to creep in a little bit. I really like watching other people's videos where you can see their process from their ideas to their zero draft, to their revisions, to the publication part, or even if they don't get to publication, they're still querying. Like, it's really exciting to see someone else's process, and it's really encouraging too. And I think that's the boat that I'm in currently, is I am at the very beginning stages of my process to become an actual author. And I think that could be really fun to watch. I think my experiences as a fanfiction author could be interesting. I feel like I've gotten some ideas for videos just based on being a reformed fan fiction writer, and I think that could be really interesting to watch. I also do a lot of theater. I spend a lot of time in theme parks. So, I mean, there's some fun stuff there if you like theater and theme parks. I also have cats, so if you like cats, you can stay for the cats. They are the loves of my life. I have 2 cats named Hiccup and Astrid, and they are beautiful, sweet baby angels. So stay for the cats, maybe, I guess. Question number 9, what is your biggest writing struggle? That one's easy. Consistency. I tend to do things in big chunks. I will binge watch a TV show. I will read 8 books in a week and not touch my Kindle for another 3 months. I will write copious amounts, and then one day I don't write, and then it'll be weeks or months or years later, and I go, oh, I forgot about that. And yeah, that is what I struggle with the most, is staying consistent, writing regularly, and staying focused. Question number 10, what is your best writing skill? I'm gonna say characterization. That is something that I consistently hear from reviews and beta readers, that my characterization is really strong, that they can see these individual characters and how they're moving. They can hear those unique voices. They all have distinct personalities, and yeah, I think that's my strongest point, is that my characterization. Choose between number 11 and number 12. I'm gonna go with number 12. Number 12, if you are new to Authortube, what is your biggest Authortube question? That is a good question. I think my biggest Authortube question is, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep going? How do you maintain the consistency, both with your writing and with your videos? Because that's a lot to put on one plate, and I'm discovering that with these daily vlogs. And I really want to know what gets other Authortubers motivated, I guess, and to stay motivated. So I'd like to learn that. I'd really like to learn that skill. Question number 13, are you looking for any other new channels to follow, or beta readers, etc.? Yes, I am looking for new friends, new channels to follow, new beta readers. I'm really looking for that sense of community. I really miss that from being an active writer in a fandom. I had forgotten how important writing was to me, honestly, and that's what I'm really looking forward to, is making connections with other people who also like writing, that I can cheer them on, they can cheer me on, and just being a part of things. Question number 14, what are you looking forward to in this fresh new start to Authortube? I think part of that is the answer I had for the last question, where I'm just really excited to find friends and find a place in the community. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also really looking forward to seeing where my writing will go from here. Oh, my cat wants to sit on my lap. I'll always feed her little knives. Hiccup, say hello. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where my writing goes from here, because this current book I'm writing, I don't want it to sit alone and unloved and unread for years in a drawer. I really want to see where this story takes me, because it's multiverse. I've got a lot of stuff that I really want to actually write out. Bonus question time! So this is the Authortube Newbie 2.0 tag. Because I've lurked for a really long time, I watched other people do the 1.0 tag, and there were 2 questions on there that I was like, oh, I want to answer those, so I'm adding them on. Bonus question number 1, what is your preferred writing tense and POV? Third person limited. That is my all-time favorite everything. I have written in first person on occasion. It's not my favorite. I actually wrote a fic that I wrote parts of it in second, and I did not enjoy that at all. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. That takes a lot out of you to like focus on writing in second person. No. And my bonus question number 2, last question of the tag. Are you a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? Here's the thing. I will write outlines. I will sit down and mark out my important points and then fill in the blanks and then write it out loud as like a synopsis. But there are gaps where I will just write, put something here. And I don't think about it until I'm writing, and I get to that point and I just go, wow, past Caitlin, I really hate you. Why did you do this to me? So I would say 95% plotter, 5% pantser. So that is it for the Authortube Newbie 2.0 tag. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know if you're also an Authortube newbie. I'd love to meet other newbies who are also trying to figure out how this whole thing works. If you're a more experienced author tuber, I would love any advice or tips or tricks you have, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking to my phone in the middle of my living room, which is fine. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, but for right now, I'm gonna go write because it's day 12 and I haven't written anything for day 12 of NaNoWriMo, so that's what I'm going to go do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all stick around, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.